Whenever we go to these places, we want to see the tourist traps and the popular places. But we also want to see the abandoned areas, the local art and graffiti. So we always try to show both,
It's your born town.
I was 2 weeks old, if that, the last time I was here.
It's your born town.
The building was abandoned years ago.
Dayton fire crews are investigating a house fire.
Mr. DL.
The vacant house caught fire this morning in Dayton at around 11 this morning.
When residents and businesses want the building gone, not only is it leaving the city and those around to deal with this growing problem. We're talking about a long-standing abandoned apartment building near Dayton Children's Medical Center.
Dayton's Planning, Neighborhoods and Development Department. Our plan is to really do it by street, neighborhood by neighborhood.
Residents and business owners say it's attracting squatters and vandals threatening safety.
The home gets hit by a fire, then there's an emergency demolition. We're live in Dayton, Blue Center South.
Whenever we go to these places, we never really have a plan. We don't pick something out online and go there. One time we did, but usually we just get off the highway and say, I think it's that way.
Urban decay, spidey senses.
Downtown Dayton, Ohio. I'm not sure what this building is, about to find out. But yeah, we're downtown right here. This place is big. Surprised how big it was. Like they got their own, all these cities out here are so freaking big. Got their own thing going on.
Montgomery County Courthouse.
Oh yeah, that was it, yeah. They had the Abraham Lincoln statue outside.
Abe Lincoln.
That was cool.
It was a nice statue of Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
He's wearing his long coat.
So the city was big, like the downtown area. I just was impressed by it. It's only 140,000 people. That's how many people live here. Just compare their downtown to ours. Oh, I learned that Dayton was founded before the state of Ohio. I don't know what it was called back then.
It was its own thing.
And then
the Republic of Dayton.
We're gonna get something to eat at a local deli. I don't know if that's supposed to be a shamrock or what the hell that's supposed to be, but we've been driving. We got a 2,500 mile trip, just checking stuff out. That's cool down here. It's real relaxed. The cities in Ohio, they're so big.
Dayton was founded on April Fool's Day. April Fool's 1796 by 12 settlers traveling up the Great Miami River.
Isn't it funny they have a Miami River? It's so weird. This doesn't fit there.
Oh, the world's first speeding ticket was written in Dayton?
Oh,
damn, don't mess with the popo in Dayton.
So what did you think about that 2nd Street Market?
Oh, I love that place.
That place is cool, right? It was like Faneuil Hall.
Yeah. It was in an old mill.
Yeah.
They had graffiti on the outside of the building.
Chef Tanya found something.
Of course.
The cook's pantry. It's like Faneuil Hall. Filming all this while I'm carrying the dog, so don't get too mad.
It was literally like a hodgepodge of all different kinds of things.
Hodgepodge?
Hodgepodge. It
Yeah.
looked like one part was people that they asked to do kind of like an art installation graffiti, and the other was definitely freestyle.
Dayton is one of the most dangerous cities in all of the nation.
But Dayton's police chief says most people don't need to worry.
Dayton ranks 20th among the 400 cities in the CQ Press crime rate rankings, make Dayton the 20th most dangerous city to live in.
We need to do something about it because there's too much going on.
I saw all this graffiti off the highway. Figured we'd come check out some Dayton, Ohio originals. Frog. It's always cool to see how much graffiti is the same and how much it's different wherever you go. Because right now we're about 800 miles from from our spot. Sometimes they travel the graffiti art, go all over the place. Fuck these guys. Oh, just a tip. It's that shamrock again. Whoever, you guys need some Irish help out in this place. Damn, this wall goes. There's a lot of art here. Oh, that's dope right there. That's cool. So yeah, I don't know what cities are known to have the best graffiti. The craziest graffiti I've ever seen was in Oakland. Just the quality of it and the amount of it. It's crazy. And I'm walking through this fucking heroin needle alley. You guys appreciate this shit? over here. See what kind of wildlife Ohio has. I'm gonna get stuck to my legs. Nope. Bedbugs. That guy's cool. Yeah, this shit keeps going and going. Dayton, Ohio. See, you know I'm gonna go down there. Oh, that's abandoned. So outside of the 2nd Street thing, while I was filming the Grafitti Wall, that's when I found my first abandoned.
Oh, that silo place.
Yeah, right there, that silo. And
They
I
look
looked
like
it up.
cement silos stacked on top of each other.
Is this supposed to be no entering? I don't think so. Now we're at this like old silo. I don't know what the hell this thing is. More graffiti. So yeah, so now I'm just exploring Dayton. I found these graffiti tunnels, these graffiti walls. I found these old abandoned, I don't know what this place is. Kind of looks like a silo and it kind of doesn't. So yeah, there's that graffiti wall behind me that I was just showing you. But yeah, you know me, you know I find this everywhere I go. This is my thing. Yeah, I looked it up. It said those silos were built, I guess, built all over this area. It said it was a crazy scheme in the 1920s. Some company cornered the market, the grain market, and bought a whole bunch of grain, like probably most of the grain in the area because they had the money probably, and they needed places to store it, so they built these all over. I guess there are a lot of them. Just one that we noticed. And he sold it for a huge profit. So
Yeah, see, I cornered the market, yeah.
but that place was cool. That, like, you know, there wasn't much keeping me out of it. There was a fence, but it was all beat up. I just walked right in there.
Well, that's because when most people see buildings tatted up with graffiti that smells like urine, that looks like it could fall within itself, they don't really need a lot of caution tape.
Yeah.
Because most people don't go in there.
But I thought it was cool in there. You know, it wasn't a lot. I'll go up there. It's kind of dirty down there. Yeah, so now I'm walking through this building. Tell you I find this shit everywhere I go. Now we're on the roof. All right, Dayton, I ain't mad at this. As long as I don't fall through this mug, I'll be good. But I got up onto the roof, and you know, she's right. You feel it. You shouldn't feel buildings move when you're in this line of work. You feel them a lot. I fell through a floor only once, but it wasn't. Were you there? Weren't you there?
Winning only once.
Here we are, Dayton, Ohio. Found some abandoned areas in the hood here, as I do. Yeah, this place is crazy. All right, so I just checked that out. Some cool art up there. The basement looked kind of like super homeless. There was a lot of flies down there, which, you know, only means one thing when you're dealing with the homeless. We started off Dayton early in the morning at the Air Force Museum. What'd you think about that?
I thought it was very impressive, the architecture of the building.
Like the hangars?
Yes, like it was visually appealing. Dayton is known as the birthplace of modern aviation.
Day 2, we're in Dayton, Ohio, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I was actually born here. So I'm at this Air Force Museum right now. Look at the front of this thing. This is where I was born, babe. On this Air Force Base.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is where I was born here. I don't know what section of the Air Force Base, but Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Dayton, Ohio. This is where I was born. Yep. I'm gonna stand under this. One thing I knew about Dayton was that the Wright brothers were from Dayton. They started here in Gem City, they call it, Dayton, Ohio.
Do you know why they call it Gem City?
I have no idea.
Well, we might have to look that up.
We won't look things. What did you think about the airplanes on the runway?
And then they're just so massive. Even the smallest plane, you're like, damn.
There's like no room for error when you're trying to learn how to fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? We jump off this mountain and I think I got the math right. as you know, because I told you 15 times while we were there, I was born on that Air Force Base.
You were?
I was. My born town. So I'm gonna go check out downtown Dayton, and then after that we're going to Indianapolis, and then tonight we'll be in St. Louis. So yeah, check this place out. So there's the Air Force way in the back there. Air Force Base. It's like a dog. This is the crazy one right here. So yeah, Ill-Mannered Films, Chef Tanya Nicole. She got a catering in St. Louis. We're filming along the way. We stopped here, man. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Dayton, Ohio. Yeah.
Abandoned building caused concern for businesses and safety of residents.
They are sagging, abandoned, and neglected.
Not only is it an eyesore, says Miller, but a safety hazard as well.
Oh yeah, what about this abandoned, we couldn't decide what it was, that's another one. See, that's the thing, when you just drive willy-nilly, you don't know the addresses, you kind of just jump out, film, and hope you find it later. I guess I should have paid attention to this address, because I thought it was a movie theater, but it could be like a high school. We're back here for a second day. Yesterday we checked out some abandoned buildings, some graffiti, the old airfield. Actually, still an airfield, the Air Force Museum. We went and checked all that out. Yeah, this is Dayton, Ohio. Kind of looks like another one of those mill cities. Mill towns, a lot of brick. A lot of this color brick in this town. There's brick behind me. But it looks like that building probably has been closed down recently. It's closed down, but it looks like it's more recent because the landscaping is still manicured and all that. But yeah, like as you can see, all these areas are potentially in great locations. The downtown right there looks like the pork chop station over there.
I think the way that door is, it could definitely be like an old diner.
That's huge though, that building.
That is true.
That building was huge.
I don't know, but it like the tiles on the outside of the building look like they should be in a bathroom.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
subway tiles.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of reminds me of like a diner, but you're right. The building was like massive.
They really bored these ones up out here. These ones, they're not playing out here. I mean, we could. There's no way you couldn't rip that thing off. I'll be here forever. I'll see if there's another way in. But all the entrances I've seen have been bolted up like this. Looks like a movie theater. I'm gonna drive down. That way. It looks like there's a couple more buildings. And then,
The ceilings are really high in that building.
see, I don't know. Maybe it was a high school entrance. I'm not sure really. Big old parking lot. Big entrance that could be the marquee or whatever right there. Yeah, I'll probably check it out. See what it says on the internet. Yeah, someone got locked out. It says right here, stay out. If you never know, if you drive around, most people know, but if you're driving around, you see a red X on a building with white, red and white, that means don't go in there. That building is gonna fall over. What it means is hit me up and let me know where it's at and I'll come in and check it out. Police station's right there, so not sure we on the break-in, but yeah. Not sure what used to be in there. Pretty sure it was a movie theater, just what it looks like outside. We'll never know. There's more and more and more abandoned businesses out here. In some of the other cities we went to, it was a lot of just abandoned factories, old burned down or abandoned homes. Out here in Dayton, Ohio, it's a lot of abandoned businesses. Just been noticing that driving around here. Well, these people are still getting the mail. This business looks a lot smaller than on the outside than it does on the inside. A whole bunch of useless shit in here, but they're still getting mail. Some more of this stuff from the city. Telling mugs like me to stay out. But someone's not listening. Jump in right here. Well, this is the one that I went in next door. In between that big building and this building was the police station, remember?
Yeah.
And I snuck. And you see right here, the brick starting to get exposed. But in all of these old buildings, no matter where I've been, it's always the same. The floor is always wet and mossy, which is why I feel like it's really, really dangerous to go in places like this, because that wet eats through the floor and then you step on it. If you're a big old fat guy like me, you know what I mean? You're going through that shit. So here we are in Dayton, Ohio, checking out this old business that's just abandoned. Looks like it burnt down. Looks like someone had their fun in here after. So I just want to check over here. See what we got. Yeah. This place is kind of crazy. So this is Dayton. Oh yeah. Here's the back side of that building I was just walking through. Looks like this was like a whole strip mall. So there's like 5 businesses here. And then, I'm telling you, that used to be a movie theater right there. Band in America. And then right over here, we still got this. This looks like it used to be an old Western Union. Right across the street from the police station. It could be something else. Could have been a convenience store, but it has a Western Union sign on there. So, you got a big old gate saying don't come in. A lot of the zebra. Seen a lot of that around this city. So yeah, so there's another one right over there. You know, it obviously wasn't the Corona era. These have been gone for a long time. So, who knows? 10, 20, 30, 40 years. No one knows. Well, someone knows. We don't know right now. So you can definitely see up in there, but this entire section right here used to be businesses, like not factories, not warehouses. These all seem to be stores and a movie theater, and now it's just a little section of the city that's abandoned. But like right behind me is nice over here. Brand new football field. I'm saying the police station is right there. It looks like downtown isn't too far away. I can't see the skyline from here. It's blocked. If it is here, it's blocked from me, but yeah, like you can see, like all these places, they're all run down, abandoned, and then right near them is the complete opposite. It's just, it's crazy, the yin and the yang out here. So I find Dayton to be pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a very clean city.
I mean, I'm sure there's a section that we're not seeing, maybe we didn't hit. And the step ladder was invented there, which I could have used getting into some of these abandoned buildings.
You know what? Maybe that'll be a note for next time.
Yeah.
Every trip we could leave a little note for next time.
Were you surprised when you see me sneaking into some of these places?
No. If you're not sneaking in, that's when I'd be surprised.
So here we're still in downtown Dayton. Like we're right in downtown here. And this looks an old, I wouldn't say this is a church, but it looks like an old abandoned.
Look like an old bank.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, an old bank. That's what it was. It was the Dayton News Building. It's right downtown. I'll show you the front of it. So as you can see, we're right in downtown Dayton. And I think Dayton is actually really nice. It's really nice out here. There are a lot of these, but not, like here, for example, there are not a lot of these, but the ones that are, they have them blocked off so people can't go up inside them and live in there and all that. Here's the back side of it right here. When I show you the front side, you'll see. You can see it might have been a courthouse 150 years ago or something. And it's a historic structure on the corner of 4th and Ludlow. I looked it up. It was designed by a guy named Albert Pressinger for the Dayton Daily News, the founder of the news, James Cox. He was turned down for a loan from the bank because they said newspapers would never earn money in this country.
Well, that also came full circle.
Yeah. A lot of people think there's a lot of rats and roaches in places like this, but you never really see any because unless there's people living in there, there's no food source. So you rarely do you see a rat or a roach or anything really, anything alive. But here's the side of the building right here. See how I'm saying it's right in downtown? Just waiting to be redone. Yeah, you can get in here. Let's see what it looks like. You know, obviously it was abandoned at this point. It closed down, I guess, in like 1905 or 1908, and they built a new place, a new newspaper. But since then, that place has been knocked down, and this place is still standing. And in the 70s, sometime 1978, I think it was made a national.
That's a historical
site. Yeah. So what did you think about Ohio?
Ohio.
About Dayton specifically.
I liked Ohio. Everyone was nice.
Yeah.
The city was very clean.
It was.
They have a very nice skyline.
All I've ever heard about it is, it's a bad place. We just went looking. It didn't look bad to me.
Even the abandoned areas, it didn't look bad.
Yeah, like some places, everything's abandoned, and here it's like 30 houses and then one abandoned.
Or as I like to say, there wasn't any visible crime, visible homelessness.
Yeah, the homeless
visible drug using.
We need to take a.
Other than 420.
Something with us right in downtown Dayton. We're right here. It's so windy. We're trying to take a selfie. I say that about the Midwest. It's super windy out. Especially today. Today's one of the windiest days.
Wow.
Dayton, Ohio. This is where I was born. I got proof now. I got my birth certificate. I picked it up.
You got his born picture.
I can do things like an adult person. I can go places. I can see things. So yeah. Maybe we'll do abandoned South America.
You will be doing that all by yourself.
Oh, man.
Getting you some answers about a growing problem here in Dayton.
Nuisance property.
Approximately 990 abandoned and nuisance homes and buildings.
Oh, yeah, this guy. Then we found this other mill. I don't know what it was. This other mill building. Remember the one that reminded us?
Yeah, it almost looked like a factory. That one looked more like a factory.
Looked like a
than
factory.
mill.
And on the ground floor was a parking garage. Remember I went into that one. Found one more factory. See, this reminds me of something you see in the Northeast. I've been on a bunch of these. Look pretty much exactly like it. If I was to tell you I was in Lawrence, Mass, or Lowell, Massachusetts, these are what they look like right here. In the mill towns, you would see on the rivers and stuff like that. It's the DL. Big, usually like 5 or 6 stories, 10-foot stories, each story 10 feet. 10 feet, like 15 feet. And yeah, there's a bunch of these around here. I'm just noticing now that at the base of this building, there's an abandoned apartment building here. You can see all the windows are some boarded up, some rusted out, some broken out, and the rest just open. A good sign when you know that there's no one living in these buildings is there's no air conditioning units. But there's a bunch of these in the Northeast where we live. But I'm surprised, like Dayton has a lot of this, not a lot compared to some of the other cities, but it has a lot that is being at least maintained or blocked from the public. But this one right here, we could probably get up in there. This is Dayton, Ohio right here. All right, so I made it inside here. That was a little rougher than I would have wanted. But yeah, I don't know what this place used to be. But it's dope. It's like a parking garage, actually. Yeah. elevator. See, there's a ramp that goes up there. Circles all the way around. Goes down to the bottom. I can't find this one. I can't find what this one is.
He snuck in the window. The way you did it, it was like a cartoon. But Mr. DL is a professional. So he kind of like hopped himself on the ledge, and then he put his, kind of like when you go through a slide, a hooded slide. You put your feet through, and you hold on to the top, and then you kind of like just jump on in. Like if it was a water slide. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. That's the part I saw.
So it looks like this used to be a parking garage.
Daly and I were having a conversation, and I turned around, and I just see you kind of just like, the legs just like jump through, and I'm like, oh, he's at it again.
Yeah. Let's see if there's another way in here real quick. Something you always see is the ceiling peeling. You always see the most random bits of trash that someone's discarded who stays in here or, you know, shoots dope in here or whatever. Dayton, Ohio, old school parking garage closed down for business. Hell yeah. I don't know how many floors it goes. Place is crazy. All right. Yeah, just hurt myself. That's why I don't come up in here. All right, Dayton. Hitting the road. 2 days and we good. So you see all these neighborhoods, all these nice houses, and then sprinkled in is an abandoned house. Mostly, I think Dayton's pretty nice. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's clean. It's nice. No negative interaction.
When we come to these places, we always want to show, obviously, the abandoned areas and the forsaken areas, but we want to show the good parts too.
See, this city has a lot of abandoned storefronts.
Yeah, we want to show why we came to so-and-so.
We visited the cities for a reason.
We want to show both parts of it, show you the contrast.
I would assume of Dayton. Feels like it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
What am I? Now I'm walking back, gonna go meet back up with Tanya and Bailey. And then we're gonna get some food and hit the road. Next up is, what's next up? Indianapolis, Indiana. Dayton, you've been cool. I'm sure I'll see you again.
That was Dayton, Ohio, the birthplace of modern aviation.
And Mr. DL?
So what you know about that?
All right, Ohio, Indiana, here we go.
Catch us later.
The building was abandoned years ago.
Dayton fire crews are investigating a house fire.
Mr. DL.
The vacant house caught fire this morning in Dayton at around 11 this morning.
But residents and businesses want the building gone. Not only is it leaving the city and those around to deal with this growing problem. Talking about a long-standing abandoned apartment building near Dayton Children's Medical Center.
Dayton's Planning, Neighborhoods, and Development Department. And our plan is to really do it by street, neighborhood by neighborhood.
Residents and business owners say it's attracting squatters and vandals threatening safety.
A home gets hit by a fire,